our pumps activated. We've been able to reduce the water levels to a point now where we're able to get all of the remaining residents back into their homes.
Progress getting a serious flood situation under control in Brampton. Local officials now reporting the last few families unable to get into their homes will be allowed to return briefly to assess damage and contact their insurance companies. The city's fire chief saying a lot of work still needs to be done and that there have been setbacks. Last night, one of the large excavators working on dislodging the ice falling into the water with the operator inside.
So we ceased operations last night around 9 p.m. The excavator is still in the water. No one was hurt, no one was injured. The operator was able to come out on their own volition.
The local conservation authority saying while there's progress, the neighborhood is not out of the woods.
What happens is the water levels rise and that breaks up the ice, being lifted and starting to move. It gets separated from the edges of the banks and then it'll fracture. They float downstream, and when a random piece of ice hits the bottom or gets stuck in a bend, it causes a backlog.
He says with the waters receding, he'll now look to the weather, hoping for nothing too warm or too cool.
If we get another significant thaw and or rain event, this could reoccur. Unfortunately, if they don't break up within, say, a day, like we're seeing now, they tend to freeze together and become just one solid big ice cube as opposed to a bunch of little ice cubes.
What we're trying to do is break it up with machinery. So that has helped alleviate the flooding that's in the immediate area, but the ice jam is still there at this time.
Local officials also telling us they're staying in contact with all the affected families and that accommodations have been arranged for anyone forced from their home.
I've lived in the village for 42 years. I live in the house to my right. I have a pool of water against an 1840 and 1878 foundation captured by the foundation and wall. So the sump pump is going 24 hours, and if the sump pump fails, the first floor fails.
For City News, I'm David Zura.